I love this so much. Oh my god. That should have been a guitar solo.
By Skillshare!
Reaction K School has always been to release entertaining and educational content, and we love sharing what we learned from music school with you guys, and we hope you guys learning as much as we do.
If you love learning new things, you should consider trying Skillshare. Sure, you can buy a music theory textbook and spend several hours on free YouTube tutorials learning how to look at all of this, but that's not how most people learn best. It helps to have structure.
Skillshare is an online learning platform that has structured video lessons on thousands of topics, including singing, music theory, and music production. An annual subscription of Skillshare Premium has less than $10 a month, and that is a steal compared to the other ways you could take an online class.
The first 500 of our subscribers to use the link in the description will get a free 2-month trial to Skillshare Premium. Start off 2020 by learning something you've always wanted to, or to build a skill that benefits your career.
Now let's move on to our reaction video. You're actually now reacting to a production team called The Night of Sokyo and their song called Dancing on the Moon featuring the vocalist Dawon. And basically, the members of The Night of Sokyo describe themselves as a producing crew, and they actually keep their identities a secret. They work with singers who best fit their style of music, and Dawon is featured on many of their singles.
Wait, so it's like a group of producers and you don't know, nobody knows who they are. They haven't released their names.
That's
they just
so
choose
cool.
artists to like sing their pieces. That's like the Illuminati for music.
The lyrics for Dancing in the Moon are about the memory of falling in love, and that feeling is like music. The song is composed by Night of Sokyo, and the singer is Dawon.
3, 2, 1. Same.
She's cool.
This is really interesting.
I love her voice. She's so cool. Love her aesthetic.
Wait, I actually love this. I feel the weird nostalgia of city pop. City pop? Never mind. Minor seconds.
I love this. It has like fake 80s flair that it's referencing to, but
Yeah.
it's like very current.
So those chords that he's playing on the piano, rather than, because I've seen that for a drum pad, but it looks like he's playing
It's not
piano.
a drum pad. No, no, no. It's like,
What is it?
it's this. I've seen something similar that's like
Like a different
a
synth
machine.
sort of?
Yeah, you can like program
Do
different
pre-recorded.
sounds with the different buttons. So it sounds like they have a lot of like synth sounds.
Oh, so that's,
Yeah.
he's not actually playing that on the piano.
Hey, we should do a concert out of Urban Outfitters.
I'd be down.
It sounds like most of this is all synthesized instrumentation, and so they're just using a lot of different synth pads to like make all the noises.
They have it live.
And there we are again.
Yes! Those minor seconds. That was awesome. That was great.
I don't know how those things work. I always wanted to know how they work, but
Yeah, I have no idea.
yeah.
Must be a really good typer.
Yeah, his words per minute count must be unreal.
Must be insane, bro. Wow, it's so soft. Everything is so soft, even with all of its staccato energy.
Like the simple, cute melody reminds me of songs like ABBA. Very like sweet, simple, yet there's so much stuff going on.
Like a whisper Alba.
Yeah.
I love the timbre of her voice as well.
Yeah, it's like kind of breathy, but not
Exactly.
too ethereal.
I guess there's like kind of like that trend of people trying to make like really music school-y pop music,
Yep.
right? So with some like kind of hip for that, like that hip things going on kind of in the middle, like ear candy. Yeah, because you wouldn't really hear that in a typical pop song. You'd probably get a more simple progression.
Oh, yes. I love this so much. Oh my god. That should have been a guitar solo.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, that reminds me so much of like the very high note.
Yeah, because like when you do something like this and you're changing the keys in the middle, it's like pretty daring.
I do like the chorus and how the measure structure is sort of distorted. Is that how it ends? Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank gosh.
So good. So what I was going to say about the timbre of her voice is she's not over singing, and so it creates this like I'm cool effect, and it's very much like I want to sing like her, but it's very unique to her because I feel like no one else could replicate that type of voice. Just like the whole time, it was very simple, it was very reserved, but also it wasn't like lazy or anything. It was just like laid back.
Here's a look into our lives. I think a lot of like music student communities kind of have, people like to do their singer-songwriter pop stuff, and it really reminded me of that. So like when you have a singer and you want to make some cool songs that are a little more interesting than like 1 to 6 to 4 to 2 to 5 to 1. So you have like those things in between where you have like going up by chromatic steps or doing 2 5s up by steps or down by steps. It's like those harmonic things are a little bit different, some rhythmic things are a little bit different. So it kind of reminded me of that.
It was cute.
It was cute. I feel like it could have gone more places. I was thinking that it could have gone more places until the very end when I thought it was going to be like a bridge or some new section where it was a lot lighter. And I was like, wow, that was really cool, but it was just the end. So I think they could have definitely gone more interesting places with that original idea.
I don't know if it's just like the expectation that we're always forced at something aggressively like new. Oh, this is really cool like I don't know, this cool musical material, and then it's like great. Okay, 10 seconds, I'm bored. And then like we're forced by something new. And then I don't know if like we're expected or conditioned by the processes like that are set up by a lot of K-pop or like pop music. But in this song, I felt like I started to get bored, and I just wondered, is it actually because it's too repetitive for my taste, and there's like an objective amount of repetition that I'm just like, it doesn't feel new anymore or exciting, or there was no variation? Or was it just like, I'm just so conditioned to be like force-fed something that like, like this is actually like a nice pacing.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're supposed to be transported into space because it has very alien-like qualities to the sounds that they were producing. And having that quality kind of reminds me of Rocket. I don't know, it's like the ends, you don't see like a consistent stream of exhaust, but just it dissipates and goes off. And her voice is very calming, and that's usually the case when you're in space, when everything's silent. There's not much noise. And it's interesting because they do this very similar things from verse to verse, and choruses usually stay the same. But having that, I was not, for one, thinking about the phrase structures, because it just kept going and going and going, and there's a lot of things that will grab your attention to add more to the character or the world building that they're aiming for. So yeah, it was transporting me out of this setting of sitting in a chair listening to the music, and then even further they're creating this picture for you. So yeah, very nice.
I have very much similar thoughts. As a group known for their production or artist, I think they live up to their name very much because the production is a little out of the ordinary. It's very retro, but yet still sounds very futuristic. It's staccato, but it maintains a very nearly ambient type of mood. And yes, they clearly like this vocalist, and for good reason, because I think she blends with their sound very well. And yeah, there's some cool compositional measure structure, phrase structure things that are very cool. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
I have a question though
Yes,
before we
sir.
start.
Yes,
Have
sir.
you ever gotten requests that we do drunken reacts?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you drunk right now?
No.
Because I smell alcohol in your breath.
Okay, sorry. No, okay. So